Where is the best place to go on a date in the area? To go on a date in the Triad, let us know. 800-682-1075. It could be anything. It could be a restaurant. It could be, a place where you do an activity. It might be something we're not even thinking about. 800-682-1075. Love to hear from you. Let's go to Melissa. Melissa, where's the best place to go on a date in the area?
We just went to 600 Degrees recently, and it was a lot of fun. There's actually a restaurant downtown, and it's absolutely delicious. Food was phenomenal. Service was great. We actually walked down about 5 blocks and went to Reboot afterwards, so it was like fancy and fun.
Okay, where is 600 Degrees?
It's downtown Winston. I can't remember exactly what road it's off of.
Oh,
but,
Winston, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
North Patterson Avenue.
It was, yeah, there you go.
All right, and what type of what made it such a great place for a date?
Well, I think the 600 Degrees is the reference to the open fire pit that they have there. They cook everything on, and I'm just real big about a good wine list and really great service and amazing food, and they hit every point, 100%.
Okay, excellent.
Well, I could see the fire pit could be like a different scenery because, I mean, that's typically a normal date is like going out to dinner. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not totally original, but if there's a fire pit, that changes everything. You could be talking, having wine around the fire pit.
Yeah, because I think some people that struggle, and it could be a first date, it could be married, and you're like, think of a date, and you're like, oh, same old stuff. So that's cool. I've never heard of that place, but it sounds cool. All right, thank you, Melissa, very much. All right, let's go to Peggy. Peggy, where's the best place to go on a date in the area?
I like to go to the Barn Dinner Theater.
Ooh, I've been there
That's
before.
different. Yeah.
Yeah. That's in Greensboro.
The only thing about I've been there before. It's been years, but when I brought Carol there, and it was fun. It was really fun because you have dinner and you're watching the theater at the same time. We were the youngest people there.
Yeah, I've been there
They
twice.
changed it up a little bit. They have different shows now and like different themes.
Yeah, I think it depends on the show. Like we went to one time, it was like a Johnny Cash musical review. It's all Johnny Cash songs. And so, because we had a friend,
I would have loved that.
we had some friends that were in the actual performance, but because it was that, the crowd was pretty old.
Well,
The food was good.
yeah.
I love their food there.
I had a great time. I think I've actually been there twice. One time we did take a friend with us, and I remember because Carol and I went. We had a great time, and then the next time we went, we brought more people with us, and we noticed that every person there seemed like they were celebrating a birthday. So we just we just told the people that the friend that we bought that's never been there is celebrating a birthday, and they do a whole commotion, and it's not his birthday. He was like, and everybody's like clapping and dancing, and it was like, just go with it.
Was the host when you were there, was he a bald guy?
I can't
With the
remember.
goatee?
I can't remember, but he was very animated. you know?
Yeah. He's my brother's neighbor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I see him, and I think he's still there. I know he's there years ago, but he does a great job hosting keeping things going.
But I think that's cool because it's so different, and it doesn't matter the ages. It's something different. That's what I think. Best places for first dates is when you do something different.
Yes.
And there's a lot to talk about and not talk about. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to talk, but you're in a situation where there's a lot going on to talk about. So sometimes you're not just sitting there one-on-one at a date.
Right. And you get good food, and you get to dinner and a show, which is really cool. And here we are, Jared and Jason for the Barn Dinner Theater. You can send us checks. We'll take crypto at this point. No, actually, we won't take crypto. Sarah, where's a great place to go on a first date?
I would say round one. I know it's kind of funny, but it has a lot of stuff you can do.
What is it?
What is round one?
Oh, yeah.
It's in Four Seasons Mall. It's that big arcade they opened up there. They have you can play pool, you can go bowling. They have all the arcade there, and they also have where you can do karaoke and throw darts.
It's kind of like a Dave and Buster's.
Sounds like it.
Barcades, very trendy right now.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, it makes a good date too because if you don't have anything to say right away, you're playing games, and a barcade, usually there's alcohol. That helps.
Now, Jason Goodman.
Yes.
Word on the street. I'm very well connected. And maybe I heard it from you. I'm not sure. I heard you're opening up a barcade, part owner of a barcade in Kernersville, which is close to where I live, which I think would be freaking awesome. Although it's supposed to open what? I thought it was supposed to open in January or March.
Months ago. I don't even know if it's going to open. It's almost impossible to do. If you're an independent business, like not a Food Lion, these towns make it extremely difficult to do business in.
Really?
The regulations and the rules and a parking space here or there, and if you're a restaurant, it's insane. It's like, why bother? Why bother?
That's great. In Kernersville, which
Yeah.
doesn't have a lot of nightlife type stuff. It doesn't.
They're starting to.
They're trying to. So when you said that barcade, because going to play games and do something different, that'd be
You have no idea.
That'd be awesome in Kernersville.
It would be, but it's very, very difficult. So whether or not it opens, I have no idea at this point. But I'm hoping it's been months and costing a fortune. But it's a struggle to open business. Like, I mean, it's difficult, and I don't get it.
I'm surprised in Kernersville it'd be that hard to. There's that many regulations.
Very.
That's not good.
Very.
Because I remember having a lunch with our friend Joe, who's I guess part owner or going to be.
Yep.
And he was telling me about it, and I was like, and I told you like, let me know. And then Jason like speeds to meet us for lunch, and he's like, I'll invest. What do you want? And that felt like that was 6 months ago.
Well, yes, it was. And to be honest with you, when you did that, because I was looking at the same place, and that was a weird connection, right?
Yeah.
And we were looking at the same place, and I'm like, no way, he's got that. And I'm like, this is a great opportunity, but it has been turmoil. I mean, it's rough.
Well, maybe one day it'll be a good place to take a first date if it ever opens. All right.
But those places are great. Like any type of
like
where there's
Boxcar.
games, Spirit Time.
Dave and Buster's.
Yeah. And
There's some new place that opened up that people are raving about. It's called Party
Yes, I heard that.
in Greensboro.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, and it has. I think it has not like indoor racing, like go karts, but like fast cars. What am I thinking? It's called something different. I guess
I don't know.
No, it's something like that. I've seen some posts lately from it.
Yeah,
It's like a big warehouse. Is it in a warehouse?
Party
or a
Shack?
Party
Yes.
Shack, but it's like Partee Shack.
Huh.
It's the ultimate indoor entertainment venue, according to their website.
They just
Wow.
opened in the area.
They've got 2 locations, one in Raleigh, one in Greensboro.
All
Oh,
right.
wow, yeah.
Oh, that
yeah.
looks cool.
Yeah,
It does look cool.
so that might be a place. Where's a
Huh.
good place to go on a first date in the area? Let us know. Let's go to Jessa. Jessa, where's a great place for a first date?
And I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was first date, but
All right.
I've done this as a staycation, and it's at the Kempton Cardinal. If you get a room there in Winston, they've got a rec room in the basement, and it's got a 2-lane bowling alley. There's shuffleboard. There's a basketball court. There's a giant magnetic Scrabble, and the best part is to go down there, you can either go down the stairs or they have this little twisty slide that you can slide down.
Wow.
What's it
Pretty
called?
cool.
Kempton Cardinal. I've heard about it.
Kempton Cardinal.
It's a really nice hotel.
In Winston.
And I know, Jessica, you were saying just for any date, but I think Squid thinks that'd be a great first date if you end up in a hotel.
Yeah, for sure.
That's really cool. They got a full basketball court and all that. That's really cool.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
You know that there's a new trend too, I guess, on the West Coast that I mean, obviously not a first date unless you're lucky, but what they're doing is a lot of these like rundown motel places are like becoming renovated, and they're like a party bar nightclub thing, and you rent the room too, so you don't drive home.
That's pretty cool.
I
It's like-
see.
and they have a pool sometimes, so it's like if you're with your girlfriend or significant other or wife, whatever, you can just go there, have a great time. It's a party. It's made to be a party, like you're going out and then
You're going out for a party.
Yeah,
right.
the room, a nice room is right there too,
That's
so
a
you don't
good
have to
idea.
drive.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Squid, you're dating.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say is a good place? If you have 1-800-682-1075, a great place. First date or any date, really.
Like three off the top of the head. I know it's basic, but Boxcar. That's a great place to go. Same thing, Barcade, downtown Greensboro. Same thing, like, small talk, easy to do.
You can make
fun.
bets on, like, if I win this, you have to go on another date with me. Or
Yeah. You have to get in the back
That's
of my
the
car. Yeah,
only
whatever.
way he gets a second date.
so you're really good at ice hockey.
Mhm. There,
hockey.
I know, shouts out to Tanger Center. Done that multiple times.
Oh my
First
God.
date to Tanger
Yes.
Center. Like, great, especially if, get a little dinner before, go there. And if it's awkward, you don't have to talk for a while because it's a couple hours.
And,
Just
and it seems like you're cultured, too.
Yeah, like, oh, wow. Like,
oh, you like going to Broadway musicals? Like, of course I do.
So you're misleading.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You're
gotta
not
do it,
really
yeah.
cultured. You're just trying to be.
Yeah, exactly. And then also, it's under par in Kernersville. It's kind of like a way like smaller scale. What do you call it? It's a small
Topgolf?
bar that Top Golf, but it's the simulators, and it's in Kernersville.
Oh,
So
yeah,
another
yeah, yeah.
game. It's another game. type thing.
Game, and they have the bar there, and they have a little place with like a bunch of different like card and board game type things, and so it's like a nice place to kind of like Top Golf, and I think aren't we getting a Top Golf?
That's,
soon?
yeah.
We are. And
Yeah.
you know, and another thing I thought of too, it depends on the person, but any type of tickets to like maybe even a Grasshoppers game.
Oh yeah,
Or a
100%.
Dash game. You know, that
Yeah.
because it's not all about the baseball game. There's a lot going on there,
Mhm.
especially on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
Those types of places might be good too if you have tickets or some kind of show, like you just said, of anything. It could be a little concert, a band at a club, or something like that.
Like the Comedy Zone or
Yeah.
stand up or There's all sort. Yeah, there's things that you don't think about that just instead of like dinner, which is great. I mean, you're going to do dinner probably anyway. But let's go to Cassandra. What's a great place to go on a first date in the area?
Hey, so I'm actually in Danville, so it's not right in the triad,
That's
but
fine.
we still have an outdoor putt-putt. Tiny town. A lot of towns still don't have them anymore,
Yeah.
but that was my first date probably 20 years ago. And it's like you're outdoors. It's, it's a cool little thing we still have that I think is a good first date.
I think it's a great
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
And then Danville just got. I know a friend. One of our friends, Sal, just went up there. It's the
Yeah.
temporary. I know they're getting
Yeah.
the full structure for the casino, but he said it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
In the tent.
He went in
so,
the tent and said it was
you know,
awesome.
You can do that during the day, and then you can go over there and do that in the evening. And we've got a lot of new eateries, downtown. So, I think it would be a good little day date for someone.
Yeah,
Danville.
definitely. And Roar's a cool place in Winston. They have a lot of the simulators upstairs, like baseball, golf, stuff like that.
Cool.
There's just different types of things to do. But yeah, Top Golf is coming, and that would be an awesome because you're doing an activity instead of just like sitting there staring at each other at dinner like this sucks.
Yeah.
Like this isn't going well.
Something else that I've seen, I've been to a couple birthday parties for like my niece and some of my friends' kids before at the Mad Splatter.
Oh yeah.
And a
that.
lot of couples will rent like a splatter room and, you put on the jumpsuit like you're doing like a Dexter murder situation there.
Oh, wow.
And then you go in and put a canvas on the wall and you just throw paint at it. And I think that's something kind of fun and interesting that's
It is.
out of the ordinary that you would be able to do.
Yeah, and then if you really want to test if you get along with a person, you can do one of those escape rooms. And then if you,
Oh,
if you
yeah.
don't hate each other by the end because you can't figure out the clues, then it might be a keeper.
That is true.
We should do that as a show sometime.
We did it as a
We did.
Really?
did a
Yeah,
show.
I don't think you were there,
No.
but we did it as a show, and I believe my group won.
Yeah, I think they're like, give me a clue because you can ask for like one clue, and Jason's like gave the guy some extra money for extra clues because we went as a like it was like a whole office thing, so we were with like some salespeople and stuff, so it kind of ruined
Yeah.
it. Kind
of ruined.
It really did.
I think I was with Jessamy and who I like, but Jessamy's like, I don't know. None of these clues make sense. I don't know you guys. Doesn't make any sense. When is this over? I'm like, I can't even think at this point. And they're like, and I think we had somebody who was handcuffed to something, and they're like trying to get him out of the handcuffs. So I just pulled on it, and the handcuff broke. And they said the loudspeaker. I'm like, I did it. And they're like, loudspeaker's like, no, you broke it. I'm like, oh, my bad. Ryan, where's a good place to go on a first date?
Tap That X in Clemens.
I've heard of that.
Oh.
Axe throwing.
Sorry, what'd you say?
You said axe throwing.
Yeah, it's axe throwing. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, and Wicked Taco has that as
super
well.
fun.
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty cool too. Because if you go to Wicked Taco, they, it is a restaurant. It is a restaurant,
Yep.
and they have the axe throwing. So you're kind of getting both there. And if the dinner is kind of quiet, you can talk about the axe throwing.
Right, and then it's close to crumble cookies. So, I mean, you can really spend, you can have a good night there. And the last one real quick. Taylor, where's a great place to go on a first date?
I've been a few times up Tomorrow Mountain. Went hiking, swimming, and had a picnic. And then 2 miles down the road, you have the drive-in theater.
Oh, okay. So where is this close to?
Albemarle, North Carolina.
Okay. And then have a drive-in theater. That's what I was going to say that too. The Eden, which I want to do, and then now we found out there's a drive-in at Baden Lake. I see people posting about that.
Oh.
So, all right, very cool. I think it's you got to be in good shape to go swimming on your first date.
Yeah, and that can be, if it's not going well, that could be very awkward. Even if you're just, you know what I'm saying? If you know the person, fine. But if it's your first date and you have to drive that far with the conversation,
Yeah.
then you're going to be swimming, which, you probably don't want to take your shirt off, Jared.
No, not now.
And it can be rough.
It can be very rough. I think anything where you lock yourself in for a long period of
Yes.
time, like it'd be bad to go golfing with someone on a first date.
Yes.
Because it's like it could be 5 hours, and if it sucks after 10 minutes, you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful with what you're doing there.